Good evening. Welcome to our program here on Inside Bicol. Tonight we have a special topic regarding financial planning. My guest for tonight is a financial expert. Let me now welcome our guest for tonight, Randel Chongson. Welcome, Randel, dito sa Bicol.
It's such an honor to be here.
Right. I understand you're here because you'll be giving
I'm going to be giving a seminar on finance. It's called Money Talks.
Okay. Now, I'm sure that a lot of people watching us, especially Bicolanos overseas, would like to know also, who is Randel Chongson?
Basically, I'm what you call a personal finance coach. I'm a writer. I have a column in a newspaper. I'm an author of a book. I'm a blogger. I write on the internet. And pretty much I'm an educator when it comes to finance and finance-related stuff.
Okay. What made you decide to go into that particular field?
I've always, working. I've always been in the financial services industry. I was part of training, sales, and marketing. And I've always felt that there was a big disconnect between products that were being churned out, solutions, as against what the people need. And I saw that, Filipinos are great, hardworking, but for us Pinoys, it's not money management and financial literacy is not intuitive. So it needs to be taught. It's not part of our culture, so it needs to be ingrained. So there's a disconnect in the education side.
Okay, so I understand you've been traveling all over.
Extensively. I did 200 talks in 2013. Spoken to 7 nations. Plus, up north, down south,
Okay.
west, east.
So specifically, what brought you here in Naga?
Of course, there's a group of people who are advocates, who are OFWs actually. I met them in Dubai, I met them in Qatar, and they said that they want to bring in locally because it's great that the OFWs are getting education, finance. They felt that their hometowns also need it.
Okay. So what areas will you be talking here?
Basically, I specialize on money management. Key to budgeting, key to getting out of debt, the use of emergency funds, and I touch on investing, a little bit on investing and how to grow your money and to build your wealth.
Do you think the Filipinos, especially the Bicolanos, have now extra money for that purpose?
Generally, it's the Philippines, so because of the increase in the economy, there's more disposable income, the growth of the OFWs, there's more. You see that. You see malls are being built left and right. New products, new brands are coming in. So you see that there's a increased capacity to spend. The problem is that should have already been translated to an increased capacity to save also and to invest. So that's where the disconnect is.
Yeah.
So we're spending more now, but we're not saving more.
Yeah. Parang napansin ko that, especially in Bicol, we really don't have much talk about financial management. And I think that's what
it's not cultural. It's not something that we were discussing in the dining table or growing up. It's not something that the father will sit down with his son and anak, this is how you're supposed to do it. You have to be able to live beyond your means. You have to budget your money. You have to save aside some money. You have to prepare for retirement. These are not the things that are being taught at home, and these are not the things that are being taught in school also. So there's a big disconnect. So we have to learn this the hard way. And most of the time, it's already, we're already in debt, no savings, we're about to retire. Statistics will tell us that less than 10% of the Filipinos actually prepare for retirement.
Right.
Now, you contrast it to other nations at about 70-80%.
Maganda yan kasi karamihan sa atin, sabi natin, bahala na.
Yun nga, bahala na. And that's, it's causing us a lot of trouble. And especially there's a big migration diaspora, the OFWs, who are now actually earning much more. But the problem is, will it translate to a better future? Yes, they're experiencing a better life today, but that doesn't mean that they're going to experience a better future if they don't know how to set aside, invest properly, and so forth and so on.
So, maganda para sa mga overseas workers.
Overseas and generally Filipinos in nature. That's why sometimes I even go down to the students, high school students, try to talk to them kasi it's easier to change the mindset. College, new working, so it's broad. And it's not, this is one of those things that Filipinos, hindi lang bata, even the older people, they go into retirement, they prepare for retirement 2 years, 3 years along the road, then that's too short.
So you're telling me that yung financial planning is not really limited to those with extra income of higher bracket, hindi lang yan.
Actually, those with a lot of money and a lot of may not need financial planning anymore. They have enough to stay. It's for the middle, the lower, and it's for everybody. Talagang kailangan.
Kailangan.
And we understand, if our financial literacy improves,
Okay.
then we can have a more sustainable growth that we can, kasi we have more money now. But once these coffers dry up, di ba? I mean, lower remittances and stuff like that, the economy doesn't do well. So, what do? We don't have any savings to pull out money from.
Tama.
So, hindi natin masussustain.
Okay. So, when you're doing a financial planning, what are some of the things that you have to take note? I mean,
The thing is, because I'm a director of the Registered Financial Planning Institute, I'm known as a person who actually teach and write and so forth and so on. But what a lot of people don't know, that finance is more behavioral than skills. It's actually 80% behavior and 20% skill.
siguro paki...
Sa
ano
behavior
maraming
Behavior,
curious
like for
yan.
instance, ang tayo, our instinct is to be able to, how to earn more. But that doesn't translate to how to save more. So even if you earn a lot of money and you spend all of it, it doesn't amount into anything. Behavior-wise, teaches us to be able to set aside for the future, to learn how to invest, to learn how to, not get into debt and stuff. These are all behavioral concerns. But our instinct is to spend it. We are a consumer-driven economy, wherein people wants to consume and consume today. And that's going to be a problem. There's nothing wrong with consumption because consumption drives the economy.
Right.
But too much consumption and not very little savings, studies will show you, let's say BSP will say that in 2011, there's 36 million Filipinos with bank accounts. Okay, totaling of over 5 trillion pesos, which is a big amount already today, because we were 5, 6, 7 years ago, we were only about 1 trillion. No? So our money has grown exponentially, and yet 23 million, or roughly 2/3 of that 36 million, have balances below 5,000 pesos in the bank. So it needs to be downside. So I guess the rich will become richer, the poor will become poorer, unless we come in and intervene and try to teach them how
Right.
to handle their money.
I think I heard that the most important is that you should be able to prioritize.
Prioritize. Those are behavioral concerns. You know how to say no. You have to say, that's why I like to talk about the children, the younger people, because that's a time when you teach them about delayed gratification. You have to wait for a better one. And pag matanda, it's kind of a little bit on the hard side, no? The reality, but prioritization, budgeting, basic budgeting is very important. Most people don't even know how much they earn. Most people don't even know how much they spend, and then they wonder why they're broke. And a creepy problem in society is that the looming debt problem, yung personal debts.
Kasi karamihan sa atin, di ba, we always say now, the big question that should be asked is, do you need it? Sometimes they buy it because yung neighbor nila meron, parang gano'n.
Sabi ko nga, yung walang utang should be the new status symbol of Pinoys. Kasi we're so, we want to be able to have this, we want to be able to see this, we want people to see, di ba? I mean, now, people are spending money on gadgets and stuff, so, di ba, nagiging problema eh. Or, usual cultural concerns. I was in a province, and then I did training, and I found out that people were advancing from their SSS pensions for fiestas.
Right.
Stuff like that. So, all those things becomes a problem.
Pero would you say that a lot of this also happened because of Western influence?
Well, the U.S. is not. It's one of those countries that are not very known for savings and preparing for the future. Although they're a little bit on the savvy side on instruments, no. That's one. But we're also Asians, and the Asians are great in money management. So Singapore has the highest concentration of millionaires. Thailand is doing well. Indonesia is doing well. China, Hong Kong. These are financially able countries, and we're part of Asia also. We have a Western influence, but we're also Asians.
Because there are some people who are saying that look into other countries like Taiwan, South Korea, who don't speak much of English, Sometimes, even from China, I think at the start, they only have about a few clothing, no shoes. The Filipinos would always be looking for the imported ones, with the
It's a mindset problem. I had one meeting with somebody working in Saudi Arabia. There's a HR. Sabi niya, Randall, maybe you could help us. We have a problem because, our Filipino workers, they're the skilled workers. We hire semi-skilled workers, which are from Bangladesh, Pakistan, which are earns about 1/3 that of a Filipino. And the thing is, these Filipinos who earn 3 times more than these non-skilled workers or semi-skilled, sila pa yung may utang dun sa semi-skilled. So it's crazy. It's crazy we see those things. And we have stories in Dubai, in the Middle East, where Filipinos are in jail because of credit. So that's problem.
As far as being conscious and savings ba, ano ba yung mga overseas workers are level of awareness about saving yung compared sa mga dito sa
Selectively, what I saw in the past few years is that there are certain areas where there's strong advocacy among NGO structures or groups. In fact, I was in Qatar last year. They had their first convention wherein people are actually coming in and paying money to learn about these things. So what I see that is encouraging the OFWs is once you give them a taste of financial educations, they respond to it quicker and more positive.
Okay.
Better than what I see in Manila or even in the provinces.
How about the level of awareness about knowledge about stock market? Because I noticed that in the provinces, a lot of people are not familiar.
Which is sad because, you know, the stock market is one of those instruments that in the long run will really help build your wealth. No? In the long run, it may be volatile, it may be risky for a lot of because our appetite's very, we have a very conservative appetite in terms of risks. So we're not into that. So, but studies will show us that about 1% of the population invests in the stock market. But you see, these are important areas wherein people should learn at least. And I'm not saying put all your money, but put maybe 20, 25% or 30% of your long-term portfolio should be put in these things so that, inflation will not eat it up. We like, the sad part is we're very conservative. That's what they call, you're very risk-averse, conservative investors. And yet, we always get scammed. It's because there's a disconnect between education, products, understanding, and so forth and so on. Conservative nga, nagpapascam naman.
Okay.
So, again, that's
Madali yan. Okay. We will pause for a while. When we return, we shall continue with our discussion.